Eala, Janice Tjen march into Abu Dhabi Open quarterfinals with gritty doubles upset. Eala and her Indonesian partner Janice Tjen are moving on to the quarterfinals of the WTA 500 Abu Dhabi Open after carving out a hard-earned doubles victory that underlined their growing chemistry and competitive nerve on the big stage. The Southeast Asian duo outlasted Canadian star Leylah Fernandez and French veteran Kristina Mladenovic 7-5, 3-6, 10-6, in a tense round of 16 showdown at the Mubadala Abu Dhabi Open early Wednesday morning, Philippine time. With the match pushed to a deciding super tiebreak, Eala and Tjen held firm under pressure, breaking a 6-all deadlock with 4 straight points to seal their place in the last 8. The result carried particular significance given the pedigree of their opponents. Mladenovic, now 32, is a multiple Grand Slam champion in women's and mixed doubles, while Fernandez remains one of the tour's most dangerous competitors across formats. Against that backdrop, Eala and Tjen's composure in the closing moments stood out as a statement win rather than a fortunate escape. The match itself was a test of resilience. After dropping the opening 2 games, Eala and Tjen quickly settled, stringing together 3 straight games to take control. Locked at 5-5 in the first set, they capitalized on a crucial break opportunity in the 12th game to steal the set and shift the momentum their way. Fernandez and Mladenovic responded in the second, forcing the contest into a deciding tiebreak where experience seemed to favor the Canadian-French pairing, until Eala and Tjen flipped the script with fearless shot-making at the net and steady service returns. Their advance sets up a quarter-final clash against either the Ukrainian sisters Lyudmila, Nadia Kichenok or the pairing of Spain's Cristina Buxa and China's Shuai Zhang. Another formidable test as the tournament intensifies. Eala continues to enjoy a productive week in Abu Dhabi, also reaching the singles round of 16, while Tjen exited the singles draw after bowing to 5th seed Ludmila Samsonova. Still, it was their doubles performance that delivered a moment of celebration for Filipino fans and overseas supporters alike, as Eala and her partner proved they belonged deep in the draw. Now just 1 win away from the semifinals. Rising together, the grit and glory of Eala and Janice Tjen at the Abu Dhabi Open. Tennis often tells stories of individual brilliance, moments where a player rises in isolation, serving an ace, smashing a winner or enduring point after point against a fearsome foe. But sometimes the sport's greatest dramas unfold not with a lone star, but a duo united in purpose, spirit, and sheer will. Such was the narrative written on a dramatic night at the WTA 500 Mubadala Abu Dhabi Open, where Eala of the Philippines and Janice Tjen of Indonesia teamed up to deliver one of the most spirited and surprising performances of the week, a gritty doubles victory that sent shockwaves through the tournament and signposted the arrival of a new partnership brimming with potential. Unlikely allies. A new partnership emerges. In a sport where doubles partnerships can be as fleeting as early morning shadows, the pairing of Eala and Tjen was both unexpected and intriguing. Neither had forged a well-worn path together on tour prior to this event, yet the synergy they showed in Abu Dhabi hinted at something deeper, a connection that went beyond tactical alignment to something rooted in confidence, shared resilience, and mutual belief. When they stepped onto the hard courts of the Zayed Sports City International Tennis Center, few would have bet on them facing one of the more experienced and battle-tested doubles duos assembled, Leylah Fernandez of Canada and Kristina Mladenovic of France, the latter a former world #1 in doubles and one of the sport's most decorated competitors. Yet this is where the narrative finds its spark, not in expectation, but in the audacity to challenge it. Battle lines drawn, a match of tension and turnarounds. The contest began as all great matches do, with tension. Fernandez and Mladenovic came out with the confidence of veterans, quickly painting early signs of dominance. But Eala and Tjen weren't just playing, they were measuring every rally, sensing opportunities, and refusing to wilt under pressure. In the first set, it was a toe-to-toe battle marked by powerful serving and tactical exchanges. Eala and Tjen fought through the rallies, building key moments that enabled them to narrowly take the opening set, 7-5. Yet the second set introduced the unexpected. Fernandez and Mladenovic seized control with authority, breaking the momentum and commanding play to force a 3-6 set in their favor. The match was now poised, fine as a razor's edge, and forcing both teams into a deciding super tiebreak, a compressed battleground where nerve, focus, and heart outweigh everything else. Super tiebreak, where grit became glory. In doubles, the psychology of a super tiebreak is an uncharted territory where any slight shift in confidence can cascade into match-defining swings. For Eala and Tjen, this was their crucible. They didn't just step onto the court, they seemed to claim it, asserting early control and putting pressure back onto their formidable opponents. The tiebreak ebbed and flowed. Points were contested, volleys ripped, and strategy constantly recalibrated. But at a crucial juncture, Eala and Tjen seized a mini-break and unleashed a decisive run, eventually sealing the super tiebreak 1-0-6 in their favor. The eruption of emotion was unmistakable, a sense of relief, joy, and vindication all rolled into one. It was a result that not only advanced them to the quarterfinals of a prestigious WTA 500 event but also marked a defining moment that will surely echo in their careers. More than just a score, the human story behind the victory. At its heart, sport is about moments that matter, not just for the names on the scoreboard, but for the emotions they unlock, the barriers they break, and the stories they inspire. For Eala, already one of Southeast Asia's brightest tennis talents, this victory was a reaffirmation of her evolution as a competitor capable of thriving not just solo, but in tandem with another rising star. For Janice Tjen, the night was both redemption and revelation. Having exited the singles competition earlier in the tournament, Tjen's resilience in doubles underlined her versatility and mental fortitude. This was a performance that said, setbacks in one arena can become fuel for success in another. Together, they embodied something deeper about the spirit of sports, that partnerships built on trust, adaptability, and unyielding belief can defy rankings, experience, and expectations. A regional triumph with global implications. Beyond the details of this specific match, the broader significance of this win cannot be overstated. In a sport long dominated by heavyweights from Europe and the Americas, the rise of talented players from Southeast Asia, especially in high-stakes environments, signals a shift not only in competitive landscapes but in the global imagination of tennis. Eala's journey, already filled with milestones, from historic Wimbledon junior success to hard-fought WTA battles, now includes yet another chapter of meaningful achievement on a global stage. Tjen's emergence alongside her is equally compelling, adding another layer to the story of Asian tennis rising in tandem with the world's best. Looking ahead, the road beyond Abu Dhabi.